I'm going to be sharing with you in this video 5 signs that you are an old soul. Now, before I get into what the 5 signs actually are, I do want to share with you what I think an old soul actually is. Because an old soul is somebody that has much more experience than they actually think. An old soul is somebody that has been through a lot more than they think, not just in this lifetime, but perhaps in other lifetimes as well. And I believe that we go through many lifetimes and we actually expand our consciousness more and more and more in each lifetime that we go through. And as we develop more experience in each lifetime, that actually turns you into what some people may call an older soul. So you enter this life with more wisdom than you actually thought. That didn't come from what you did, but it came from who you are, okay? Being an old soul. Some people are more inclined towards expanding their consciousness. Some people are more inclined towards this whole journey of spirituality. And perhaps, if that's the case, you already may be an old soul just with that point right there. But I'm going to be sharing with you in this video 5 signs that you are an old soul. Now, if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one to let go of your ego, reprogram your subconscious mind for success so you can live the life that you really want to live on this planet at this time, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. So the first sign that you are what some people may call an old soul is that you're attracted to spiritual content and knowledge. Okay, the fact that you clicked on this video to begin with already shows me that you're probably an older soul than you think. Your consciousness is more developed than you might think. No matter how much you judge yourself, how many things you think you have wrong, if you're even resonating with this content, if you've resonated with anything I've shared with you up to this point, you're an old soul. Because only people that are old souls will be attracted and even click on this title to begin with. If you're reading spiritual books, if you're attracted to spiritual teachings, right? The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, any other spiritual books that resonate with you, if those books resonate with you, that's a huge sign that you are an old soul and that you have much more experience than you might think. Maybe not in this lifetime, but perhaps in another lifetime. So if you're attracted to spiritual content, if you're attracted to spiritual knowledge, then you're probably an old soul. So the second sign that you are an old soul is that you realize you are actually the creator of your reality. You realize that your thoughts actually have an impact on the kind of reality that you experience. If you're beginning to realize, or already have known for a while, that you do create this reality with your thoughts, with your emotions, your vibration, your consciousness actually impacts this reality and the results that you get in your life, that shows that you're probably an old soul. Because the truth is that only when you realize that you're the creator of your reality is when also you're at a higher state of consciousness. That's how these things are usually connected. Because only when you get to a certain level of consciousness and awareness, you develop that skill set of consciousness and awareness, then you start to realize that you're also creating your experience to a certain degree. That you as consciousness can influence and create your reality in the way that you prefer. So if you're realizing that you as consciousness, not as the ego, but something much deeper, can create this reality any way that it wants, and you can choose the reality how you want it, that means that you are in fact an old soul. So it's very common that most people don't actually realize how powerful they really are. They don't realize that they have knowledge that other people don't even consider in their minds. And it's not just intellectual knowledge. It's something much deeper than intellectual knowledge, because being an old soul goes much deeper than the intellect. Being an old soul goes much deeper than the logical mind. This is wisdom. This is wisdom. Some people are born with more wisdom. That doesn't mean that they're smarter at the logical level, but they may be more wise. And so if you realize you're the creator of your reality, that shows a level of wisdom. That shows a level of consciousness that some people do not have. That doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. That doesn't mean that you're more advanced in the sense that you are at a higher level, in the sense that you're better than somebody else and they're worse than you. That's not what I mean at all. This is not a hierarchy of better and worse. It's just more advanced in your consciousness. And being more advanced in your consciousness doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. In fact, the more that you're conscious of that, the more that you realize you're connected with every single human being and that you are not separate. That you are actually connected with every single human being. Now, the third sign that you are an old soul is that you are extremely sensitive. So if you're extremely sensitive, if you're very sensitive to your thoughts, to your emotions, to people's emotions, you have a sensitivity to life. Maybe even you're sensitive to certain foods. Maybe you have a health issue of some kind. You're super sensitive to what you eat. It's just sensitivity in general, sensitivity to emotions, sensitivity to thoughts, sensitivity to people, sensitivity to environments, sensitivity to every single thing. You need to manage your energy the right way because you're so freaking sensitive. If you're very sensitive, you're probably an old soul. Maybe you haven't even done a lot of meditation in your life. It's just like, I'm super sensitive. I don't know why. Now, of course, you can develop this. That's part of what this journey of consciousness is no matter what level you're at, you can develop more sensitivity, but some people are born with just more sensitivity right away. More consciousness right away. It's almost like the universe downloaded consciousness into them and it's like, here you go, you have more consciousness than the average person. Now, once again, don't create an identity around this. Being an old soul does not mean you're better than anybody else. I know I said that before, but I want to make that clear. You are not better than any human being. At the universal and existential level, we are all one. Now that may sound cliche, but it's true. We are not separate. And every single person is an extension of the same source and awareness that you're connected to. So you have to realize that although you may be an older soul, that doesn't mean that you're better than another human being. It just means that you have more consciousness, which does not make you better or worse than another human being. It just means that you have more wisdom. Just because you have more wisdom doesn't mean that you're better than any other person, or that they're bad and you're good. That's not true. It's just higher level of consciousness, more wisdom. In fact, you want to share that wisdom with those people from a humble place, being who you are. The fourth sign that you are an old soul is that you have a feeling of a deeper purpose and a mission. If you have a deep feeling that you have a purpose and a mission, and that you didn't just come here to mess around and do your 9 to 5 and do the typical average things that most people are doing, you feel like there's something deeper going on. You feel like there's an evolution happening on the planet, and that you're meant to assist in that evolution of consciousness and the human development. If you feel like you're here for a deeper purpose and meaning to assist in what is going on the planet right now, that means that you are in fact an old soul, okay? Because an old soul doesn't do the regular things. An old soul has so much experience, they don't mess around doing the typical things. They do what their heart wants to do because they know that this moment is precious. An old soul knows that each and every moment is very valuable and precious. You see, the way I see life is that every single moment to me is extremely valuable. Okay, every single moment is sacred. An old soul knows that every single moment is sacred. There's a sacredness to each moment. There's a sacredness to each moment. And when you know that sacredness and you feel that sacredness and you know that because everything's so sacred, you have to follow your purpose and follow the mission that your heart wants you to follow, that your soul wants you to follow. Okay, don't think about this logically. Your soul, your heart is resonating with what I'm saying. If you feel like there's a deeper purpose to follow something on this planet at this time, you don't know what it is, but it's not about what you do. It's more about who you are being and the state of consciousness that you're in while you follow that mission. That means that you're an old soul. Because if you feel that purpose, that sense of drive, there's something deep within you waiting to be sparked so you can follow that. That means you're an old soul. The fifth sign that you are an old soul is that you love helping people. If you love helping people, if people ask you for advice all the time, if you're always giving people advice, you're always bringing people up to a higher level, you're giving them advice, you're giving them motivation, powerful tools, techniques. If you love helping people and pulling them up to your level, your energy, bringing them up to you out of your heart space, that means you're an old soul. Because only when you're an old soul and you're advanced enough and your consciousness is at a high enough level, then you start to realize that we're one, and that it's almost like you don't have to, but you feel this responsibility to serve the world. And biggest problem with old souls and empaths is that they help too much. How to find that balance, that's another video. But if you feel like you love helping people, you just love opening your heart to people, giving them value, pulling them up to your level of consciousness, you have this deep heart desire to bring people up to your level, you are an old soul, because that's what an old soul is here for. An old soul is here to assist in the expansion of consciousness on the planet and to help other people get to that level. Help other people get pulled up to your level. That is what you're here for. Doesn't matter what you do, there's an infinite amount of things for you to do. But it's not about what you do, it's who you are. Who you are being while you do. Because doing is just doing. How you are doing, with what state of consciousness, is what brings people up. It's not about what you say, it's about how you're saying it. This video is resonating with you, not because of what I'm saying, but because of the feeling that you resonate with behind what I'm saying. Content is great, these points are great, the 5 signs are great, but your soul knows that this is true. Your soul knows the feeling is what makes it true. The vibration, you know if you're at a high vibration, you're pulling people up to your level of vibration. That is what this mission is about. And if you feel like you love helping people, you are an old soul. Okay? Bring people up to your level. Keep doing that. Of course, create some boundaries. I'll create a specific video for that. Know how to help yourself as well too, because that's how you help more people as well. But if you love helping people, you are an old soul. Now, once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one to let go of your ego, reprogram your subconscious mind, and align with your life purpose and what it is that you're truly meant to be doing on this planet at this time, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. That's all I have for this video. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.